Welcome. Today we are looking at KCSE CRE 2019 paper 1. Thanks a lot for subscribing. Question 1a. Explain how the teachings of Christian religious education in secondary school promotes the goal of national development. B. State the meaning of the biblical accounts of creation in Genesis chapter 1 and 2. C. Identify the consequences of sin from the story of the fall of human beings in Genesis chapter 3. 2a. State 6 commandments which guide on the relationship among human beings. B. Identify 8 lessons Christians learned from the incident of the Israelites worshipped a golden calf while at Mount Sinai. C. List 6 forms of worship that were practiced by the Israelites in the wilderness, which are found in Christian worship today. Question 3a. Identify 6 factors which led to the widespread of idolatry in Israel during the time of Prophet Elijah. 3b. Describe the incident in which Prophet Elijah challenged the prophets of Baal at Mount Carmel, as found in 1 Kings chapter 18 from verse 19 to 41. C. State 6 reasons that may influence some Christians to turn away from God today. Question 4a. Explain 4 visions of Prophet Amos concerning the judgment that would befall Israel. B. Outline 7 ways in which the rich oppressed the poor in Israel during the time of Prophet Amos. C. Give 5 ways through which the Christians in Kenya can avoid God's punishment today. Question 5a. Outline the content of the prophet Jeremiah's letter to the exiles in Babylon. 5b. Give 7 reasons why Prophet Jeremiah condemned the practice of human sacrifice in Judah. 5c. Identify 7 ways in which Christians can help to reduce human suffering today. 6a. Identify 6 regulations that an expectant mother is required to observe in traditional African communities. 6b. Explain the rituals performed during the birth of a baby in traditional African communities. 6c. State 7 factors that undermine the role of medicine men in Kenya today. Thanks a lot for subscribing. Let us look at the answer. Question 1a. How the study of C.R.E. promotes economic development. C.R.E. promotes hard work among citizens, which leads to development. It enlightens on environmental conservation, which promotes tourism, which brings foreign exchange. C.R.E. advocates for national unity, which is crucial for economic development. C.R.E. condemns bribery and corruption, which lowers economic development. C.R.E. encourages the development of talents, which improves standards of living. C.R.E. advocates for the maintenance of law and order and justice that creates a conducive environment for business. It advocates for the paying of taxes and prudent use of all government revenues to spur economic development. C.R.E. advocates for equal distribution of resources for balanced development of all parts of the country. C.R.E. stands for the infrastructural development that have a direct socio-economic benefit to many Kenyans, but not the selected few. C.R.E. advocates for the development of a holistic curriculum that is integral for the country's workforce. Learners are taught how to appreciate other people's culture, which embraces national cohesion and hence national development. 1b. Meaning of biblical accounts of creation. God existed before creation. God is the sole creator of all that exists. God worked as a spirit. Creation is the will of God. God created the universe out of word of mouth. Human beings are created in the divine image of God. All that God creates was good. Creation took place in an orderly manner. God created everything with a purpose. God is concerned with the well-being of human beings. The creation process should be continuous. God values marriage for companionship and procreation. God gave human beings an understanding of good and evil. God created work and rest. C. Consequences of sin from Genesis chapter 3. What was innocent and good became shameful. Adam and Eve realized they were naked. Adam and Eve hid from God. The serpent was cast. The enmity between human beings and serpents developed. The woman was to experience pain while giving birth. The man was to till the land to eat. The ground was cast to produce weeds and thorns. The death sentence was introduced. Adam and Eve were chased from the Garden of Eden. The man was alienated from God. The man was to rule over the woman. Man lost control of other creations. Question 2a. 6 commandments which guide on the relationship among human beings. Honor your father and mother that your days may be long. You shall not kill. You shall not commit adultery. You shall not steal. You shall not bear false witness against your neighbor. You shall not commit your neighbor's property. 2b. Lessons Christians learned from the incident when Israelites worship a golden calf. Christians learned that they should worship God alone. They should live righteous lives. They should not represent God in any image. They should intercede for others. They should be firm in their decision making. They should have faith in God. They should repent their sins. They should respect those in authority. They should be patient. They should exercise self-control. They should condemn evil. 2c. Elements of the Jewish worship found in Christianity today. Use of prayer and worship. Observing the Sabbath. Giving offering and tithe. Observing the 10 Commandments. Most churches have built altars. Observance of religious festivals, for example Easter. Singing and dancing in worship. Dedication of children to God. Burning of incense in the altar, for example Catholics during Mass. Question 3a. Factors that led to the widespread of idolatry in Israel. King Ahab married a Phoenician wife, Jezebel, who worshipped idols. Israelites were not new to worship of idols. They worshipped them in Egypt. The division of the kingdom that cut off the northern tribes from worshipping in Jerusalem. Jezebel brought prophets of Baal and built places of worship for her gods. Ahab declared Baalism a state religion. Jezebel ordered the killing of God's prophet. Israelites practiced syncretism. Israelites indulged in worshipping the Baal gods. Israelites turned to false prophets of Baal and refused to listen to the true prophets of Yahweh. Ahab built an altar for Baal in the Yahweh's temple at Samaria. The transition from pastoralism to agricultural life led to the attracted to fertility gods. Israelites intermarried with foreigners against the will of God. Religion became an empty show-off. Israelites had faith in physical gods. They lacked faith in invisible God Yahweh. Israelites adopted the Canaanite calendar and festivals to guide with the Jewish calendar. The Mount Carmel contest. 1 Kings chapter 18 verse 19 to 41. Prophet Elijah asked King Ahab to assemble all the people at Mount Carmel. The king summoned all the people, including the prophets of Baal. Elijah told the people to choose between worshipping God and Baal. He ordered for 2 bulls to be brought and each party to offer sacrifice. He challenged them that the party whose God will bring fire to consume the sacrifice is the true God. Prophets of Baal were first ones to offer the sacrifice. They prayed to their God fruitlessly. Elijah mocked them to pray louder, as their God may be thinking, busy, traveling, or maybe asleep. They continued to pray, cut themselves with sword, and bled, but no fire came down. Elijah asked the people to move closer as they prepared an altar that consisted of 12 stones representing 12 tribes of Israel. He dug a ditch around the altar. He placed the sacrifice on the altar and asked the people to pour water on it, which ran off and filled the ditch. Elijah prayed and fire came down, consumed the sacrifice and dried the water in the ditch. People threw themselves on the ground to worship Yahweh as the only true God. Elijah ordered the people to capture the prophets of Baal without letting any escape. He killed them in the valley of Kishon by sword, 850 prophets of Baal and prophetesses of Asherah. This marked the end of the 3.5 years of drought, and the heavy rain came down. See, reasons that may influence Christians to turn away from God today. Influence from family and friends, materialism and love of wealth, corruption and bribery, mass media influence, addiction to drugs and substance abuse, poverty, confusion out of many religions, human strives, for example, war, science and technology. Question 4a. Explain 4 visions of Amos. Vision of locusts, Amos 7, 1-13. Amos was shown a locust plague. It was about to consume the whole crop. The vision symbolized the disaster God was going to send to the Israelites for their sins. The vision symbolized the disaster God was going to send to the Israelites for her sins. Amos pleaded with God, and God forgave the people. Vision of supernatural fire. Amos 7, 4-6. Amos saw supernatural fire. It was to consume the earth upon which mankind lived. Amos pleaded with God again, and God withdrew the punishment. The vision of plumb line and the crooked wall. Amos chapter 7, verse 7-9. Amos saw a crooked wall being checked by a plumb line. The wall was leaning over and was about to collapse. The wall represents Israel. God told Amos that he will measure his people using a plumb line. He, God, would no longer overlook their sins. Amos didn't plead with God. The punishment was inevitable. For the vision of the basket of summer fruits. Amos chapter 8, verse 1-3. Amos was shown a basket of ripe fruits at the end of the fruit season. Yahweh told Amos that Israel was ripe for destruction. Amos didn't plead with God. 5. The vision of the destruction of the altar. Amos chapter 9, verse 1-4. Amos saw the Lord standing at the altar. God was commanding an angel to strike the altar and destroy it completely. All worshippers were to be struck. God was to destroy everyone. No one would escape, for God would follow them into their hidings. Question 4b. Ways in which the poor oppressed the rich during the time of Prophet Amos. Business people overcharged the poor on goods they sold to them. Wealthy merchants sold goods to the poor, goods that were unfit for human consumption. The poor were denied justice in the law courts as they could not afford to bribe the judges. The rich grabbed the land and grains from the poor. The rich cheated the poor in business by using faulty skills. The rich sold poor in slavery for failure to pay debts. The poor were robbed of their food and their belongings with violence. The poor were paid unfair wages for the labor offered to the rich. The poor were persecuted when they challenged the injustices done. Rich women of Samaria encouraged their husband to exploit the poor to meet their luxurious lifestyles. The rich failed to return the garments at pledge for goods borrowed. The temple prostitutes were taken from poor families. Ways in which Christians can avoid God's punishment: by obeying instructions, by putting His word into practice, by living exemplary lives, taking care of the less fortunate, by repenting their sins, by taking care of God's creation, by praying and fasting, by seeking spiritual guidance and counseling from church leaders, by preaching the word of God. Question 5a. Contents of Jeremiah letter to the exiles: to build houses, to settle down, to eat their produce, to marry, to have children increase in number, to live in peace in Babylon, to marry off their sons and daughters, not to listen to false prophets who give them false hope. God would restore them back to the land after 70 years. They were to trust God and not give up. God would hear their prayers. God would destroy their fortunes. 5b. Reasons Jeremiah condemned human sacrifice. It was violation of God's commandment, you shall not kill. It was a sign of disrespect for sanctity of life which is God-given. It was a part of idolatry which God tested, provoked God's anger against Israel. It was a manifestation of lack of faith in God. Human sacrifice was an act of rebellion against Yahweh. It was a sign of lack of knowledge on the true nature of Yahweh. It defiled the holy land that God gave Israel. It was a sign of cruelty. Human sacrifice was against the spirit of love of God and love of one another. 5c. How Christians can help reduce suffering. Providing clothing and food to the poor, creating job opportunities to the people, voting out corrupt leaders, educating the public on their rights, advocating for citizen-friendly laws, condemning acts that lead to violence, advocating for equal distribution of resources by praying for the suffering, offering guidance and counseling to those suffering psychologically, by establishing medical facilities to treat the sick, establishing schools to educate the poor children, providing relief aid to victims of natural calamities and wars. Question 6a. Regulations to be followed by pregnant women in traditional African societies. Not referring to the pregnancy directly, refraining from heavy work like splitting firewood, taking special diet and avoiding certain foods considered unhealthy for safe delivery, refraining from sexual intercourse for it would make women rich or unclean, avoid handling iron tools in the house for fear they can cause injury, not to speak to her husband directly. The mother was to carry protective charms to protect her and the baby from evil eyes. Return to her parents' home to give birth there and come back after weaning the baby. Should have time to relax and rest. Should prepare food for the family. She's checked regularly by the midwives to avoid difficulties during delivery. The mother is to avoid the company of people with disabilities. Performance of rituals, for example, sacrifices and offering to thank God for the expected child. Offering prayers to thank God for the expected child. Medicine men were consulted in case of complications during delivery. 6b. Rituals performed during the birth of a baby in traditional African society. There is dancing and singing to celebrate the newborn child and the mother, shaving of the mother and the baby's hair to mark the start of new life. There were relations to announce the gender of the baby. The baby is given a sweet and bitter substance to taste the goodness and the bitter part of life. The baby is bathed to mark the beginning of a new life. Protective charms are given to the baby and the mother to protect them from evil people. Choosing of an appropriate name for identification in the community. Holding of the baby to signify concern and shared responsibility. There was the seclusion of the mother and the baby to allow the two to bond. The ceremonies disposing of the placenta to ensure fertility. Cutting of the umbilical cord to signify separation between the baby and the mother. Prayers of the thanksgiving were offered to God to thank him for a new member. 6c. Factors that have undermined the role of medicine men in Kenya today. Introduction of hospitals or modern medicine. Development of medical research and training on diseases and illness. Modern science and technology inventions. Mass media influence. Rural-urban migration, or you can just call it urbanization. Introduction of modern education. Intermarriages eroded their work since many were community-based. Emergence of medical cadre that is highly trained to treat all diseases. Introduction of money economy. Traditional medicine men are confused with sorcerers. Did you understand? Kindly let me know in the comment section below. Also, let me know what video I can look at tomorrow. Thanks a lot for subscribing and listening to me. God bless you.